This is my brain speaking. Words like flies pour from my mouth like bats. But silence says, welcome to this Apple-Biblian library. From the outset, it was clear there was a mystery in remediation. Not only because it's not readily found in dictionaries, in the sense we've come to embrace it in relation to communication with the arts, nor just in a metaphysical sense. Also because mystery is tradecraft and practice. So we could proceed with activating our remediating endeavours in confidence that the sense there was something potentially productive in exploring remediation in transformative and energetic terms. This is my brain speaking. Words like flies pour from my mouth like bats. But Simon says, in a strictly physical sense, if all things are of energy that can be transformed but neither created nor destroyed, then harnessing our energy to our practice might fruitfully liberate the potential energy of those texts and images, and, with remediating mystery, materialise them for publication, distribution, display, or perhaps a performance. Though on page, screen, wall, and in artefacts remediating idea, text, image, and objects in 3 dimensions, our mystery also speaks to the tendencies of the human body. For words are lights in the eye, electricity in the brain, and music, and conjured from the same vital impulse that produces gestures, dance, and movement. This is my brain speaking. Words like flies pour from my mouth like bats. But Simon says, loath to imply endeavour, has anything as metaphysical as Eucharistic transubstantiation at heart, we focused instead on the mystery in its midst. Aside from the Eucharist, mystery can be something difficult or impossible to understand or explain, or a handicraft or trade. We still hold claims to mystery, but rather than presenting denial, we really wanted to go full-bore Eucharistic transubstantiation on you, not least because it amuses. This is my brain speaking. Words like flies pour from my mouth like bats. But Simon says, we sense exposition jeopardises mystery. Seeking to fix things leaves scant space for the unfixable. That transcendence which uplifts work from materials and form, the remediation. Holding to Gertrude Stein's observation that only in the time of Homer or Chaucer could the poet use the name of the thing and it was really there, and that modernism by necessity introduces form to function in poetry, then a remediator is a remediator is a remediator is a remediator. This is my brain speaking. Words like flies pour from my mouth like bats. And Simon says, we tend to privilege our trust in the artist's remediation, persistently using light and shade, colour and line to suggest that the thing rendered is real. All suggest form, material, and indicate substance and presence. But other signs, marks, words can perform equally persuasively mediative functions and have long been liberated from traditional expectations to render the externally experienced world simply for spectating. Visual poetry surely enjoys such an elevated capability to render the visible and experienced at least as persuasively as painting, for sacred text has always had agency and transcendence in it. In the beginning was the Word, made flesh. Words named things and gave them life. What's that, if it's not remediation? Death is not an event in life. No, life is not an event in poetry. No, poetry is not an event in death. No, death is not an event in poetry. No, poetry is not an event in life. Poetry is not an event. No, poetry. Yes.